Hi everyone, welcome to the intuitive card reading for the week of December 2nd through 8th, which makes it the first full week of December. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad that you're here. Let me put my coaster down over here. And what do I have to say? Oh, please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already subscribed. Please share this video with anybody that needs to hear the energies of the week, because that's what we do here. And comments down below, questions, comments, feedback, anything, just be kind in the comments. That's all I ask. And I would love to hear how this reading resonates with you guys. And that's it, I think. So let's just begin, guys. Same 3 card decks, and they're shuffled, and I believe they're a different order from the last reading. So, all right, guys, let's begin. All right, what do we need? Yin. All right, so yin energy is softer energy. It's a little bit more pulled back. It's a little bit more resting energy, more in your being versus your doing. So we need to kind of be present, be in our being, connect with ourselves more. Not necessarily, I'm definitely getting like this chaotic energy that needs to stop, basically it's saying. That's what Spirit is saying here. So if you really have been in a lot of your, guys, I'm trying not to use feminine and masculine anymore, because I think it makes it a lot more confusing. So I'm going to use yin and yang, and the yin is the being, is the feminine energy. Okay. So, just for future readings, I'm going to try to move away from that. So anyway, so yin is, so yeah, I'm getting this feeling of being super busy, super chaotic, just doing on the go, not necessarily calming down and taking a breath. And that's what it's basically saying. So in the last week, if you've done that, or the last month or so, last few months or so, last few weeks, you've been kind of on the go, this is basically saying, take a breather, take a step back and just be for a second and get your bearings together. Because it's saying like it's too chaotic. There's too many things going on. You're being pulled in a bunch of different directions, but that really has to stop. And that's what Spirit is saying here. And we desperately needed action needed. Father Sky, trust the unknown. Okay, so this is really just about trust in a time of uncertainty. So you need to start trusting in a time of uncertainty. Not too much more I can say there, but I know, guys, I know a lot of the concepts that I talk about in these readings are extremely hard. Letting go, trusting, all of those things. But we need to really do whatever you need to do to get there. I wouldn't be surprised in this reading if we get, I think we got it last time, after it being absent for a while, about connecting more to spirit, connecting to a higher power, whatever that actually is. That helps with trust, okay? Knowing that you're going to be all right, knowing that, yeah, I'll take a step further here and saying like everything is going to be all right, that we have to just kind of trust it and understand that this is how the universe wants it to happen. This is what's intended to happen. So this is also kind of telling me here that maybe we have something where we are really anxious, and maybe that's where the anxious energy kind of comes from here. A lot of the doing, the chaotic energy that we're feeling here. It's basically saying you can't, maybe you're running around like a chicken without a head because you're trying to control outcomes. You're trying to control things that you can't control, the uncontrollables. And so basically this is saying, no, you need to trust in the uncertainty. So this is telling me that you guys are very, things are kind of chaotic, and you don't know what's next for you. You don't know what your next move is, and you don't necessarily know what's coming. And again, it feels like something has happened maybe even in the last week or 2 weeks. And I'll go as far back as a month to say like maybe something has happened where you're just like unable to plan for the future, even though we're getting a lot of messages around that. But maybe something has happened where you're not able to plan for the future, and it makes you feel uncertain, which is okay. That's part of the human experience. We can't control everything, okay? And that's what it's saying here. We just have to trust that it'll all unfold the way that it's intended. All right, what do we have issues with? King, oh, but it's in the light, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Okay, so issue. All right, we have leadership issues. Guys, my memory is still terrible. Even worse with a brain injury, but so this is basically saying we're having issues with leadership. And I'm pretty sure, oh yeah, I brought my memory because I'm pretty sure in the last reading or so, oh, I'm messing this up. We had some hints of leadership, of us getting into that type of dynamic, that type of archetype. And this is saying that we're having issues where we're having trouble fitting into that. The issues that I have here are us feeling, it's funny because I just talked about not having control. This is actually somewhere where you can control. So we're going to have, so what an interesting week, energy coming out so far. We're going to have a week where we're going to figure out what we can control, what we can't control. And this is something that you can control, but it's funny because the power makes you uncomfortable, or at least, again, this is for the collective. So this is for the majority of people out there, but a lot of you guys out there are feeling uncomfortable with the kind of power, like you're given power, or you're seeing how you're given power that kind of makes you uncomfortable about it. That you're uncomfortable, maybe you got a promotion at work to a manager position and you feel uncomfortable about managing the coworkers that you've known for a really long time or something like that. Like there's something here where we feel really uncomfortable about our position, about our role, about being in that leadership archetype that kind of freaks us out a little bit. So you're going to be dealing with that this week for sure. What else do we have challenges with this week? Yang, okay. What did I say? Yin and yang next to each other. Very interesting stuff. So basically we are having challenges getting out of the masculine, okay? I said I wasn't gonna use that word, the doing, okay? So we have challenges with the doing. So it might be too much. I like that these two are together because this is kind of saying like, you don't need, and I feel like a lot of people out there, you know, regardless of what I just said, if that doesn't resonate with you, I feel like this will resonate with a lot of people, more people, is you don't have to, in order to be a good leader, you don't have to boss people around. You can't come from the masculine place is basically what it's saying here, because we have challenges with that. The way that we used to lead maybe isn't the way that we should be leading going forward. There's a change in kind of the way that we lead here, and a lot of people think that you could lead with, you know, leading with the masculine is the way. You need both, right? You need the yin and you need the yang. So this is saying that we're having issues with that. We're having issues with the doing. Could also mean that we have issues with not sure what to do with all of our power, et cetera, et cetera. So there's definitely stuff going on. And again, pulling out of that too, like seeing it as a broader spectrum. We have issues with the masculine. We already talked about that with the doing, because we need more of the being, okay? And you're having issues getting stuff done, and that's because Spirit is asking us to pull things back, okay? So bottom line, if you can't get things done this week, that's what was supposed to happen, okay? That's what's supposed to happen. You need to relax. You need to be in your being. It does not matter what you accomplish this week, okay? So put that out of your mind. If you're out there and you're like, oh my God, I have a project that I'm finishing this week that doesn't sound great. Listen, it's supposed to be the way that it's supposed to be, and that's why that Father Sky is there. But if you don't have, you know, just let it be is a good way to kind of sum this up. Just let it be, just be in your being, and, you know, that's that. So if you don't get stuff done that you're supposed to get done this week, that's okay. It's pretty obvious. Spirit says that that's how it's intended to go. All right, what's actually changing? See from a higher perspective. Okay, your mindset is shifting. You're seeing things from a bigger perspective. You're being able to see the bigger picture. This to me is positive, because this is saying that you're able to kind of see how things affect you on a larger level, how things affect your children on a larger level. You're kind of seeing like a bigger picture. So this to me is that you're zooming out, and you're being able to see it from that perspective, instead of being in it. And that's part of what the being is, right? Is the being is kind of I'm very interested to see what comes out for the focus and reflective, but the reflection is a being card, right? It's all right, let me look back, let me take a second, let me take a breather. I'm not actually doing anything, I'm just kind of being introspective, and I'm kind of being reflective here. And that's a positive thing. And so this is kind of in that realm, because this is basically saying that you're able to kind of take a second and look at what you're doing. You're not just on autopilot anymore, right? You actually have to plan things out. You actually have to look at things. You have to look at your past and learn your lessons, that kind of thing. So, and that's it's a positive thing. So you're seeing things from a different perspective. This could also mean that you just see things differently. With your family life, with your children, I already mentioned children, with your job, you're kind of seeing things in a perspective that maybe gives you a wider picture of how things are. And a good example, I did mention family, is Maybe you're angry with the way that your parents raised you, and now you can see the bigger picture of how they were raised and why they do the things that they do. That to me is zooming out and seeing it from a higher perspective, because you're taking into their, you're taking into account their childhood and how they were raised and stuff like that. That's an example, but you're seeing things from a larger, bigger perspective. Okay, from a zoomed out perspective is a good way to put it. All right, what do we need to focus on? This is upside down, eternal child, inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical. Okay, so very interested to see what comes under responsibilities, but this is basically saying, guys, I'm just gonna, I'm very honest with you guys. We're fumbling our responsibilities. I don't know how else to say this. We're messing up, and that's okay. We're human. We're supposed to mess up. That's okay. This week you might fumble a few things. You might forget to go to your dentist appointment that was so hard to get into, to book. You forgot to pick up your dry cleaning. Oh, that's actually one that's probably more relatable. And you might be resorting back to irresponsible behavior. And again, the shadow doesn't equal bad, okay? The shadow doesn't equal bad. This is just saying something's going on. You're regressing in some way, okay? You're regressing to childlike behavior, to irresponsibility, to old habits, things like that. And that's okay. And this is saying focus on getting better at those things, focus on reflecting on those things, focus on trying to get yourself a little bit more together. And guys, again, it's not a bad thing. The way that I could actually resonate with this is that I agree. I have chronic illness / brain injury / nerve damage, whatever you want to call it. And I have not been exactly the most responsible person. It's because I can't necessarily do things that are super detail oriented. Do I miss deadlines all the time? It's just, and again, it's not, Spirit is not saying that to me to punish me or make me feel bad. It's just saying, like, try to focus on those things. Okay, so focus on getting those things done, and make sure that you are paying things on time, and make sure you are getting a little bit more responsible and organized is maybe another way to say it. As we like to say, adulting. Start making sure you're adulting properly. Make sure that you're taking your medicine. Making sure that you're paying your bills on time, like those things. And so focus on that. That should be the main focus. And I love that, because the being is really going back to basics, where it's kind of like, take a second and realize, try to focus on your life and figure out what's missing here. And so go back to basics and make sure you have everything covered and you're adulting properly. I might make that the title of this. Let's adult properly is basically what I will write. We'll see. Okay, reflect. Okay. Time to go. Okay, so this is about walking away from something. So what do you need to walk away from? Okay, maybe you need to walk away from a chaotic, busy life. Maybe that chaotic kind of energy is coming through because, all year you've been kind of chaotic, and it's time to go because it's not necessarily serving you anymore. So you're leaving something. What do you need to leave? However, remember, the reflect is not actually the doing, it's the being. So you need to, the week is just the start of thinking about what you need to let go. Like if it's a relationship, for example, I don't think anybody's breaking up this week, but you may think about, okay, this is not what I want from a relationship. I think this relationship is not working for me, etc., etc. So there's a lot of energy around what doesn't serve you anymore. And that's the good journal prompt right there. What is not serving me anymore? What do I need to let go of? Okay. All right. Responsibilities. So I was interested to see what this is. Okay. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Okay. So this is about giving yourself rewards. I could see how these can be conflicting, because this is basically saying, no, you need to focus on being responsible again. And then this one says, well, also, take care of yourself and make sure that you're rewarding yourself. So it might feel a little conflicting, because you're going to want to reward yourself. You're going to want to do things for yourself. Maybe you're burnt out and that's what you want to do. But this is also saying, don't forget to focus on all of those little things that I mentioned earlier. It's okay if this falls by the wayside, okay? It's okay. Again, Spirit is not punishing us. Spirit is not telling us we're a bad person. It's just highlighting the things to be aware of this week. and, you know, capturing how we can work with these energies instead of against them. So if you have that conflicting energy between the two, I get it. But make sure you are, you know, sometimes rewards is just basic self-care. Okay, so make sure you're also taking care of yourself in that way. Money, finances, and career. Upside down scribe, altering facts are played during others' work. Okay, I think we've gotten this actually in the same slot not too long ago. Altering facts are played during others' work. Okay, so this is about copying people's work. This is about, I think last time was about, I got like a very clear message about documents. This is really about emulating people, copying people, taking other people's work. And again, you know, I'm honest with you guys, so I'm talking to you guys. I don't necessarily think it's from other people. So look, let me just say this. There have been times, especially if you're in what I call survival mode, where we need to skate by, okay? Where we need to kind of do the bare minimum. We need to rely on other people to, you know, if we work on a team, rely on other people to, you know, pull their weight. Like, let's just put it this way, you're not pulling your weight this week. And that's, again, okay. Spirit is not yelling at us. Spirit is not making fun of us or putting us down. It's basically saying that we kind of have to rely on other people. Don't take it too far, you know. If you have to plagiarize for, okay, here's a good example. If you're in school, I know this is money, finances, and career, but I also would put school in here. If you're in school and you're having a really, really bad mental health week, okay, and you have to skate by in some way, so you decide to use ChatGPT and AI software, AI bot, whatever you want to call it, to help you write the paper. Okay, but then you take it and you change your words around or whatever. And you would never do that otherwise. I don't even know what the standards are for school these days, but you know, you wouldn't otherwise do that, but you had to do it this week because you had a deadline and you had to do the best that you can and you need to help. You need some help. And so I would put that in that category where it's kind of like, it's supposed to be there for help. You're not necessarily supposed to do that. So you're towing the lines, right? You're towing the lines of seeking out help. And again, seeking out help is a positive thing, but it just feels like you might be, you know, borderline, not necessarily doing it in quote unquote the best way. And that's okay. Again, Spirit is not yelling at us, but just be careful of that you don't take it to an extra, you know, an extra level or whatever. And give credit. You know, like a good way to do this is if it's at work and basically somebody pulled the extra weight on the team, give them the credit. Don't steal the credit. That would be a good way to not take the scribe too far. You know, don't pretend that you actually did the work. You know, give the work to, you know, give the credit, the accolades to the person that actually pulled most of their weight. So that's what it's saying here. Again, not a bad thing, but just watch out for that. If I talk anymore, I think I'll mess it up more. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And if it doesn't make sense, please put it down below in the comments. Any questions? Surprise. Co-create. Okay, yay. This one is really great. This one is about working together in partnerships. This is about manifestation. This is about abundance. Too bad it wasn't here, money, finances, and career. But it is under surprise, so it could bleed into that. It could mesh into that. So this is basically saying that we're manifesting something. There's abundance coming. We're working really well with people. And this could be working with people or working with the universe, which is aka manifestation. And this is about having a manifestation realized, which is great, or something, or being abundant in some way. So there's some surprise abundance this week, which is wonderful. And I will say this, yes, there's two sides to manifestation, right? You have to actually think, feel, believe that you deserve the thing. You need to be in alignment, in flow, in my opinion. That's how I teach it from. That's how I see manifestation. All of those things are under being anyway, okay? But there's also the masculine, okay? But since we're kind of poo-pooing on the masculine this week and we're really moving more into the feminine, the more yin, this is basically saying just make sure that you're thinking, feeling, and believing, you know, make sure that part of manifestation is on point. Okay, so change your thoughts, change your mindset, change your beliefs, but you really have to. You guys know that I always say that feelings hold more weight than thoughts. And because I feel like feelings also influence beliefs as well. So you have to really feel it, okay? You have to feel you're deserving. You have to feel that you have it already. You have to feel that it's on its way and it's already yours, etc., etc. So work on that, but surprise manifestation this week, which is great. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. Friends, take note of intuitive messages. Okay, we're getting a lot of messages about intuition. So this is basically saying use your intuition when it comes to friends. If you feel like somebody's up to no good, if you feel like somebody doesn't have your best interest, if you feel something is off, then it definitely is. I'll tell you that. So basically, it's just saying use your intuition with your friends groups, people that you surround yourself with, your social in your social gatherings, in your social groups, etc., etc. So not too much more I can say there. Let's see what romantic connection has. Teacher, ability to communicate, knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Okay, so teaching. So I know it sounds weird that you're teaching your significant other or you're teaching your partner, but it's okay to teach people. You teach people how to treat you. This is a good example right here. So you might need something that maybe your partner is not providing you. Teaching from a positive place, not getting defensive, not getting passive aggressive about it. This is saying, you can't expect people to understand your needs or read your mind or, without verbally talking about it. So you need to communicate it properly. So definitely teach somebody how they need to love you or act in the relationship, or they need to understand you more. There's something here about communication that we really, really need to connect with. And it's not it's not a bad thing if you have to teach somebody something, because here's the thing, guys. I know a lot of you have not grown up in situations where you were really taught anything. I know for me, I was not taught anything, any type of relationship skill, okay? So let's just all be kind to other people and try to give people the benefit of the doubt. It's kind of the opposite, right, from the intuition, because it's saying like, I don't want to say cut people a little slack, but it's saying understand that not everybody is going to know exactly how to love you or know proper relationship skills, and it's okay to teach. I totally understand when you feel like you've been doing this, over and over and over again, and you don't, and then you feel like a parent, you know what I mean? A lot of people have been in like those situations before. What, it doesn't matter what gender you actually are. It happens both ends. You feel like you're dating a little boy or a little girl, because you have to kind of like, treat them like a parent. This is not the parent archetype. This is the teacher archetype. So it's different. So this is coming from a loving place of understanding that there is knowledge that they don't know, and that you're here to teach them, even if it is something that you feel like they should already know about you. I know that's really specific, but just come with a little kindness is basically what Spirit is saying. Okay, important. Mending. Okay, so it's important to mend something. So a broken relationship in some kind, a disconnection of some kind. So it just looks like could be a relationship, could be a connection, could be with an organization. Basically, this is basically saying like coming back together. So it's important that you focus on that. Maybe not focus, because we know what the focus is this week. But it's important that you, at least, we'll put it this way, entertain the reconnection of something that maybe comes into your life organically. Comes back into your life, I should say, organically. I think we're in retrograde season. I'm not sure. Anybody that's super knowledgeable on astrology, let me know below, because I'm pretty sure we're in a retrograde time. Maybe not Mercury, but usually when we're in retrograde time, things circle back around. So, okay, health and wellness. We have see or see beyond the current situation. This is amazing. This is kind of like the ego here, where it's saying see beyond what you can actually just see physically in front of you. So you have health and wellness, and so this could be, you can see the future of how of your health and wellness. You can see beyond the hard times, which is, thank you for this card. Thank you, Spirit. This is about seeing beyond what's actually right now in front of you. So knowing that there's, you know, it's not whatever you're going through right now, health, wellness, wise, is not going to last forever, or at least it's going to be different or transformed in the future. So yes, although we have the yin energy, which is telling us to be present, this is also saying it's okay, you know, be present, but also know that this isn't permanent, right? There's a lot of temporary things coming here that you need to see in the present. And so, you know, in 6 months, things will be different. This is what it's saying. It's saying, look at, you know, 3 months from now, you won't be the same. 6 months from now, you won't be the same. 9 months from now, you won't be the same. This could be a pregnancy journey. This could be a weight loss journey. This could be a mental health journey. This can be any kind of journey that falls into health and wellness. So I see that as positive. So focus on that is basically what it's saying. And then we have upside down judge, offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Okay. All right. So we might be, again, Spirit is not attacking us or telling us we're bad, but something to look out for this week. We're a little judgmental. I don't know how else to say this differently. That's okay. I've been kind of looking at my own relationship with judgment. We all judge. That's such a human thing to do, right? But just watch yourself this week when it comes to offering criticism. Make sure it's constructive, not destructive, as the card says. You know, only offer things and communicate things that you think would be helpful. But also kind of look at your relationship, you know, because we have that yin energy, you know, circling right back to that, where it's saying we need to be reflective too. That's part of being in our yin, is how is our relationship to judgment? Are we judging people really hard in our lives? Are we being extremely critical? And I think that kind of comes to head, especially towards the end of the week this week. But you know, it's very, very normal to judge. It's very, very human, you know, to judge. And the judge, again, could be in a positive, but again, this is the shadow, so we need to look at it in a shadowed lens here. But yeah, we're very judgy. We're very judgy, and we need to examine that and look at that. Okay. All right, guys, I think it's a pretty good week. We've got some shadow stuff kind of going on here. That's okay. Again, not a negative thing, but I see it as a pretty great week, and I hope I'm loving this co-create here, and it comes out of a surprise, so I love it. So if you've been manifesting for a really long time, this is a really good week for you. But if you haven't even been thinking about stuff like that, like me, for example, I've been just in complete survival mode. I do not have the luxury of figuring out manifesting what I want to manifest, because I've only had one goal in the last almost a half year, 3.5 years. I've been manifesting the same goal, so that would be a wonderful surprise, but it's not going to happen this week. But hopefully that means I turn a corner. But I need to start thinking about my beliefs. You know, I pull cards for myself daily. I've been getting a lot of gratitude cards that I need to be more grateful, appreciative, you know, less envious, that kind of thing. So I know what you know, because I'm subconsciously manifesting certain things with that. So anyway, enough about me. Guys, have a wonderful, wonderful week. You know I love you. And again, put down below anything that is helpful. I hope this was helpful, so let me know if anything has been helpful for you. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.